Hello, welcome to Web of Stories. My name is Melinda. T-shirt check. This is not a book t-shirt. This is a history t-shirt. It says history. Reminds you that people have been this stupid for thousands of years. I really feel that sometimes. Anyway, I am here with my December TBR. If you've been watching my channel, you know, life's gotten a little crazy. I've been a little slumpish. But I'm hoping December will turn around. I'm hoping. So let's see. And these first three books should show you how slumpy I am. So I have 3 Agatha Christies here. My goal was always to read 1 Agatha Christie a month. I'm 3 months behind. To be fair, this first one, After the Funeral, which was on my TBR last month, might be read in November. I'm hoping. We'll see. I make no promises. This is a Perot. When Cora Lansequent is savagely murdered with a hatchet, the extraordinary remark she made the previous day at her brother Richard's funeral suddenly takes on a chilling significance. At the reading of Richard's will, Cora was clearly heard to say, "It's been hushed up very nicely, hasn't it? But he was murdered, wasn't he?" In desperation, the family solicitor turns to Achille Poirot to unravel the mystery. So this is going to be read in November or December. Okay. This was November's book. Haven't gotten to it yet. So that was a Pro. We have a Marple. This was also a November's TBR. Didn't get to it. Rex Fortescue, a king of financial blah, 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 blah. Let me try that again. Rex Fortescue, a king of a financial empire, was sipping tea in his counting house when he suffered an agonizing and sudden death. On later inspection, the pockets of the deceased were found to contain traces of cereals. Cereals like Cheerios, not cereals like serial killer? I don't know. Yet it was the incident in the parlor which confirmed Miss Marple's suspicion that here she was looking at a case of crime by rhyme. So that. And then December's book, the one I'm supposed to be reading in December, is, I believe, a standalone. And this is Destination Unknown. When a number of leading scientists disappear without a trace, concern grows within the international intelligence community. And the one woman who appears to hold the key to the mystery is dying from injuries sustained in a plane crash. Don't read this on a plane. Meanwhile, in a Casablanca hotel, Hilary Craven prepares to take her own life, but her suicide attempt is about to be interrupted by a man who will offer her an altogether more thrilling way to die. That's what these are. So my goal is to get these 3 done by the end of the year. Okay, so I can stay on schedule. Yes, I already know which ones I'm reading for 2026, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, and then I have 1 book club book to read in December. My library book club does not meet in December. They meet in January. Normally they meet on the first Saturday, but on January, they always push it back. January and July are always pushed back because of New Year's and the 4th of July. So I actually have time to read my January book for that club in January. So I most likely won't read it in December. But this one is supposed to be a really quick read. And I'm looking forward to it. This is for my marginalized authors book group. And this is They Called Us Enemy by George Takei. Takei? I never know. Anyway, it's a graphic memoir about his time when he was a young boy at Manzanar, which was one of the concentration camps. I use that term as deliberately instead of internment camp, but during Japanese internment at a concentration camp. So I am looking forward to reading this. At least one person in our group has already read it. She says it goes really fast. So that's what our December book is. And it's nice to have a book that goes fast in December, isn't it? Okay. And then I do have 1 buddy read. I wasn't going to do any buddy reads in December, but Bookish Best Friend and I were actually supposed to be starting a buddy read on November 22nd, which was her birthday. But I'm overwhelmed in November and she forgot to buy the book. So we're going to start it on December 1st, which doesn't make sense because we were going to start it on November 22nd. And that would have been 11/22/63 by Stephen King. So I'm starting that up here because I have a digital copy of it because my wrist can't hold up that book. That one's got to be digital. So yeah, we're going to be buddy reading that one. And then for classics catch up, I think I'll probably do this early in the month. I will get a specific date. Look down below in the comments for a specific date. I'll look at my calendar and put it in the comments. I know at least Mariandria was saying she was interested in doing a buddy read or group read with this. So if you're interested, let me know. I'm going to do a Voxer room and I'll add you to it. But this is The Moonstone by Wilkie Collins. I can tell you right now, this print is too freaking small for me to read. So I might already have an e-copy of it. But I'll be at least probably e-copy and listening to it. So I'll have the whole array of formats. But this gripping work of Victorian sensation fiction centers on a yellow diamond looted from an Indian temple and believed to bring bad luck to its owner. The very night it is bequeathed to Rachel Verinder on her 18th birthday, the priceless stone is stolen. And when Sergeant Cuff is brought in to investigate the crime, he soon realizes that no one in Rachel's household is above suspicion. The Moonstone is a marvelously taut and intricate tale of mystery in which facts and memory can prove treacherous and not everyone is as they first appear. So, classics catch up. This is the first time I've read Wilkie Collins, so that will be fun. And if you're interested in joining us, the day will be down below, and let me know and I'll put you in a Voxer room. Okay, what do I have next? Oh, so this is going to be a short video because this is actually a short TBR, which is good. Christmas. So let's do this one first. If you've been watching, you know that I have discovered that perfect bedtime reading for me is one chapter of a romance novel. So I read one set in October. In October, I'm reading a very fallish one right now, which I'll probably start this book before December, honestly, because I think I'm going to finish that one a little bit early because it's good. But this is my December romance novel, and it is Date Night in December. Lainey Reynolds knows there's only one place that can help her heal a broken heart, Cherrywood. The small town where she grew up with its holiday festivals and snow-covered streets is exactly where she needs to be this December. It feels good to leave the bustling city where her husband was too busy climbing the corporate ladder to notice the growing distance between them, but she's got his attention now. Connor received his wake-up call loud and clear when Lainey left, and there's no way he's giving up on his marriage. If that means dropping everything and trading high-rises for gingerbread houses to sweep his wife off her feet in her hometown, then so be it. This time he's listening, but it'll take more than hot chocolate dates and even hotter nights to win Lainey back. Can he prove that being a CEO is nowhere near as important as being her husband? So this is going to be my December romance. Before I go on to the next book, I'm going to solicit recommendations because I have one other romance book after this to read before I have to restock. So I'm looking for romance novel recommendations. And here's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for ones where it's emotional. Like there's like the deep emotional content. So I want that. I would like to have an older protagonist. And by older, I mean not 22. Let's say 30 and older. Yeah. Nothing wrong with 22, 24-year-olds. It's just that I would like to read a romance with someone a little bit older. Spice, no preference. I am actually okay anywhere from closed door to maybe 3 or 4 on the spicy scale. So there you go. Does not need to be straight. It could be whatever. Yeah. So let me know, because I'm going to start building a list and then I can go. I always buy my romance novels from Grand Gesture Books in downtown Portland. And so I probably will not be going in December because I'm not going into a bookstore. Well, I could go to Grand Gesture, I guess, in December, but I'm not going to Powell's in December. I'm not crazy. I've done that before. Don't ever do that. But yeah, I'll be buying them from Grand Gesture. So whatever, if I can, you know. I might have to order some online if they don't have it, but Grand Gesture is my bookstore on Bookshop, so I still order from them. So if you have recommendations, put them down below. Thank you. Now, when I went to go get my Christmas romance, I was going to get one by this author because this is the author that I read last year, just sort of as a light Christmas book. And I really liked having a light read around Christmas because it's a lot's going on. And so I thought I would go get one of hers because the one I read was a romance. And I did get one of hers, but it's not a romance, so I'm going to be reading it like a normal book. I'm going to be reading it downstairs instead of at bed. But this is more of a sister's novel. And this is December to Remember by Jenny Bayliss. Wildly different half-sisters, Maggie, Simone, and Star, have hardly seen one another since their sprightly summers at Rowan Thorpe, their eccentric father Augustus's home. Known for his bustling approach to the knick-knack shop he ran, Augustus was loved by all and known by none, not even his daughters. Now, years later, the three estranged women are called upon for the reading of Augustus's will, and quickly realize he's orchestrated a series of hoops through which they must jump to unlock their inheritance. The last thing any of them want to do. But Maggie and Star desperately need the money, and who would Simone be to resist? Through hilarious goose chases, small town mishaps, and one heartwarming winter solstice celebration, love is in the air if only the three sisters can let themselves grasp it. So maybe there's a little bit of romance. I don't know. It seemed more like a sister book to me, but this is going to be like a normal reading book, my December book. Okay. The last book I have, I realized, I told you this was going to be short. I realized I haven't done any Historathon reading for fourth quarter, and I have a lot of Historathon fourth quarter books. So this is the one that appealed to me today. I am not committing to reading this specific book, but as of right now, this is the one that seems most interesting to me. And that is this one. Last Seen, The Enduring Search by Formerly Enslaved People to Find Their Lost Families by Judith Giesberg. This is, I will say, if you've seen my, I did a post on like authors about reading histories of marginalized groups, not written by marginalized authors. This was one of those, sorry. I bought this book thinking it, not knowing who the author was. Not that I'm sure the author is fine. It's not that. It's just normally I like to read books about nonfiction books about marginalized communities written by someone in that community. I couldn't find a similar book by an African-American author, so this is the one. During the years of the American slave trade, an estimated 1 million enslaved people were separated from their families in slave auctions. Spouses and siblings were sold away from one another. Young children were torn from their mothers. Fathers were sent downriver and never saw their families again. When freedom came, family members began to search for one another, taking out information wanted advertisements in black newspapers and sending letters to the editors. These letters and advertisements number in the thousands and span every corner of the United States. In Last Seen, Judith Giesberg selects a handful of stories to bring the shocking history of family separation to the fore and to highlight the work freed people did to find their loved ones again. So I need to read that, but that's what this book is about. So this will probably be my Historathon reading for the month, but don't be surprised if I swap it out for something else. So that's my TBR for December. Trying to keep it a little low key. I do need to get through the Agatha Christie's. But yeah. So let me know if you're interested in joining us on the Moonstone. Let me know if you have any romance recs for me. And let me know what you're reading in December, if you're looking forward to something in particular. And that's it. Like, subscribe, join my Discord, and send me, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, send me a snowman or snow or something. And if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, send me something summery. If you want to play the emoji game, you don't have to. Okay. Like, subscribe, join my Discord. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye-bye.